Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing well. So initially this was going to be our buy setup, our sell setup. As you can see on the 4-hour time frame, we have an area of interest after all these sells, right? You can see we have this area of interest here. Well, but it seems as though price is bullish right now. So let's do a new technical analysis on the pair, and then let's focus on a few points. I'm going to use fusion markets for this technical analysis, and let's erase everything. Let's go on the daily time frame and let's look at something. So if you go on the daily time frame, you will realize that price had reacted on the daily bullish order block, which is this one. So this is a valid point for us to take longs, okay? But as a senior trader, I was expecting price to react at 50% of this level. All right, 50% of the order block was going to be my original point of interest. All right, so my original point of interest was going to be around this level, and then we could actually look for buys. But it seems as though it won't make a deep retracement, and it has reacted exactly on the body of the daily order block, which is good, is a good thing. Now let's try and see or look where is it heading to. So initially on the daily time frame, this is going to be our initial resistance level. Okay, so this is going to be initial resistance. I'll just put an R here. This is going to be the 50% of the order block. This is going to be 50%. The OB. Okay, I'll put it as close as possible to the frame so that we can then be able to look at it on lower time frames. Now, this would be our initial target for the daily time frame. Okay, so this can be our initial target. Things have changed. So now we start thinking like bulls. All right, we need to think like bulls, and the sacrifice of all of this was going to be a stop loss on the short. So here we are. Okay, I'm going to take this one and head over to this as a target as well. This is going to be a target. Now we simply have to go on lower time frames to start looking at the market structure around this level so that we can then consider taking trades on it. So if we go on the 4-hour, you can clearly see that price is currently creating bullish market structure. All right, and what we expect to see here is price move all the way up to our initial resistance area, and then the second target, and then the third target. Now this is going to take some time, right? This is going to take some time. This is on the 4-hour. It's just for you guys to have an idea of what it looks like. Okay, just for you guys to have an idea of what it looks like. Now we can actually remove this and go on the lower time frame and focus on this area here. All right, our focus is going to be on this frame, and we have to go on a 15 minutes for this. Okay, here we are on the 15 minute. Price looks perfect to buy. Okay, so for those that have not yet entered any trades, this is going to be the initial levels for those who wish to buy. So what we can wait for is price to push down and then move up, and our secondary zone buy zones are here. Okay, this is our secondary buy zone. Okay, so this is prime. This is our prime buy zone. And then this is our secondary buy zone. So prime buy zone, secondary buy zone. Now we have both already here. Price had already reacted on the prime zone. Now we expect price to react on the secondary zone. So on the prime zone, we expect price to go this, and then once it reaches the secondary zone, it also has to do this. All right. So for those of you, what is this? Okay. So for those of you who are looking to buy, let's wait for price to be above the secondary zone and then we take action. All right. Let's wait and see what happens. For now, we just wait for the reaction because this is still bearish territory. All right. As long as price is below this level, it's still bearish. And any buys is simply to go there and reactivate sell orders. So now let's wait patiently and see what we can expect. Okay, should price continue to go long, then we are looking for targets around this area and most likely this area as well, and then this will be considered a perfect shift of structure. So let's wait and see what happens in the long run. Now I'm going to end this session here. I'm actually going to wait for price to get above the zone, and then I believe in the next 30 to 40 minutes I'll start another session for those of you who will be watching me trade live. So let's come back in a few minutes. Ciao.